Kia ora koutou. Reconvene our Strategy and Finance Committee meeting. And our last item of business is to finish off the hearing of submissions for the proposed Linklater dog on lease area. We have, we're expecting 3 further submissions. Can I just confirm the procedure sheet, reference that back, that everyone's been allocated 5 minutes of speaking time, which does include questions. We haven't been entering into any questions if there's less than a minute remaining, so just to be transparent about that as a clear, fair process. If there's additional information that you feel like you can't cover in your 5 minutes, we've left the opportunity to have that tabled or circulated, and that can be either tabled at today's meeting or circulated back to our administrators, and that will be available for every member. And that is that. I'd now like to invite Megan Wilson, submission number 451, to the table. On the right of that console is a button you can press which will amplify your mic, and the 5 minutes speaking time is yours when you wish to start. Welcome.
Do I stand or sit?
You can sit. Most have sat.
Okay.
Please feel free. We want it, while it's formal, we want it to be fairly relaxed, so make yourself comfortable.
Thank you. Can you hear me? Yep, lovely. Tēnā tātou e hui hui nei, kei te mihi, ki ngā paimounga o Tararua Orohine, kei te mihi ki te awa o Manawatu e rere nei, kei te mihi ki te iwi kāinga o Rangitāne. Tēnā koutou e manaaki nei, ia au. I tipu aki au I Pamutana Nota, e mahi ana au ki te kura o Parkland. Ko Megan Wilson ahau, tēnā koutou, kia ora hui hui mai tātou katoa. I wish to acknowledge the mountain ranges, the river and the people of Rangitāne Iwi, all of whom look after me as a person of our city. My name is Megan Wilson. I'm a teacher at Parkland School. I live in Palmerston North and I grew up here. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to my submission against the proposal to fence half of the Linklater Reserve and designate it an on-lead area. I'm not against fencing any of the reserve, I just believe your proposal restricts the use of too many key parts. I'll explain this belief, then I'll clarify why many people feel the current proposal is excessive, and I'll finish talking about another option, largely based on numerous conversations and observations over many happy walks, such as the ones in these photos. While nobody wants people or dogs scared or hurt in our city's parks, why penalise us all because of the poor choices and actions of a few? The Palmy website, it's not clicking, but I have to turn it on, that's right, sorry. Sorry, Natalia did tell me to do that. Click, that one. Here we go, Palmy website. Lists over 60 playgrounds, so maybe if people aren't comfortable around dogs, they could perhaps choose to spend time in one of the other 59, rather than needing to have options such as this one so drastically reduced. Here, we see the current proposal with the red area representing an on-lead zone. For those less familiar with the reserve, this area includes the bike track, the flying fox, the wetlands, the log scramble, many of the disc golf baskets, the dog agility space, and perhaps the plain. It's a little hard to tell. Some of these being on lead make good sense in my opinion, and I'll explain why shortly. Off-lead exercise areas are already limited for our city's approximately 9,600 registered dog owners. While John Charlton's presentation here in May showed 26 options, this screenshot from the Palmy website shows only 6 on this side of the river. I wonder if any councillors can confirm either number. A key difference between Ahimate, Linklater and the other off-lead exercise areas is that Ahimati and Linklater have dog agility areas, and they're both fully fenced, which provides crucial safety by preventing dogs from ending up on any roads. Ahimati's fully fenced area is described by other dog owners as very small, which makes Linklater Reserve a favourite spot, due in large part to the safety provided by its existing fence. So now, check out a different option shown here. To me, this is a comparatively simple, safety-conscious, and super cheap option. Strengthening the existing fence along the tree line towards the gazebo, linking up along the side of the Flying Fox, then down to the front Tremaine Avenue parking area, we would end up with the bike track in an on-lead space, the Flying Fox on-lead, and the dog agility off-lead. Some obvious benefits here are the safety of both dogs and cyclists with the bike track inside the fenced on-lead area, and being able to practice agility off-lead. One important additional benefit would include lots of happy dogs being able to cool off in the wetland area all year round, especially in the summertime when all the other areas are bone dry. We'll also end up with happy dog owners who are by far the majority of reserve users. Dog owners who, if asked, would only be too happy to help any unsure humans learn a safe and comfortable way to approach appropriate dogs with their owner's support. Thank you for your consideration. I'm now happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Megan. That has expired your time, and no chance for questions, but thank you very much for being here today and submitting. Appreciate it. Thank you.
So I read somewhere that the original submission in writing was already, you had to count that was already read as well?
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yep,
Cool.
we've done that.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. That's absolutely right. And now I'd like to welcome Don Falconer. This is submission number 788 to come and speak. Welcome. Yeah, just press the right button on the console. Wonderful.
Yeah, good day. Pardon me. Yeah, I've been going up to the dog park for 4 years. I've met some really good people up there. I met a guy called Tim Gibbs. He used to look after the bags and everything, go around picking up dog rubbish. And there was another guy, Sean, he spent 8 years cleaning up the park. And I help out with the bags and that now. And also put out the water and that at the back, because there's not much water for the dogs at the back there. And the trend I've noticed over the last 4 years is the amount of vandalism and stuff going on. You talk about dogs attacking, there's only been 4 dog attacks. I've seen the bridges there, 30 odd metres of timber ripped off the bridges. I've seen they do things in the plain that even other animals don't do. You have to go and clean that up. Trees are ripped out, broken. They even flogged the toilet seat out of the public toilet up there. And you see drug dealing going out in the front. People pulling bags out, you know, they get the bags and tie them on the back of the car, and they pull out 1,000 bags. And it's sort of the fun game sort of thing to do. And it's just wanton vandalism. I don't know why you haven't got cameras and that up there looking to see what's going on. Now, I know you spend a lot of money up there putting trees and stuff in, people ripping them out, snapping them. And it doesn't seem fair that you've only had 4 dog attacks and you don't look at the other stuff like that. And I think it's not the dogs, it's the owners. And maybe we should be registering dog owners, and they should have to do a course, because most of it's pretty basic stuff. And all the stuff I see is people reacting to other dogs, pardon me, and that's just not the dogs themselves. That's about all I've got to say.
Thank you, Don. I'll open it up if there are any questions. Councillor Johnson.
Thanks, Chair. Thanks, Don, for your submission. Is your position that you don't want to see any part fenced, or do you think there's an argument for a smaller part fenced, as Megan suggested?
I think we shouldn't have humans in the park. You know, like, they're going up there destroying stuff. 95% of the people are fairly good. And it's the dog owners that go up there. They haven't taken their dogs out for a walk for weeks, and they open the gate up and let the dog go. You get a 40-kilo Labrador running around, it's going nuts. They should take them out to Roberts Line and let them go out the back. So it's not the dogs, it's the dog owners. They don't understand what's going on.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Don. There's no further questions. Appreciate you coming in to speaking to your submission this afternoon. Thank you. Now, 4:30. Okay. So, members, we understand now the last submission wishing to be heard is going to be coming through on Teams at 4:30. So we just might. It's only a few minutes away, isn't it? Yeah, so we'll just, wow, I think pardon me? Oh, the last submission will be the last 572. Is it Kaylee Andrew? So, I don't know if we want to adjourn for 2 or 3 minutes. Let's adjourn just for the period it takes until she comes back online. So maybe 4 or 5 minutes. Thanks, Megan.
I'm skipping it. Is she still there? Yeah, he's coming. It's Kaylee, is it? Kia ora, Kaylee. Can you hear us? No, she's here. No, it says she joined it by mistake. No, she's here. I can see her. Can you hear us, Kaylee?
Here we go.
Perfect.
Can we just check your volume? Okay. I'll reconvene the meeting.
Oh, you're on mute there.
Is it Kayla or Kayla? Kayla, yeah. Kayla, can you hear us okay? We're not able to hear you just at the minute for some reason, so. Oh, she's on mute, okay. Hey, we've reconvened the meeting. Kayla, you're the last of our submitters wishing to be heard. You've been allocated 5 minutes. And so you can use that 5 minutes how you wish, and that includes time for questions. And we'll only go to questions if there's at least a minute remaining of your time. Does that make sense? Yep. Great. Can we take her off mute? Is it her that's on mute? Okay. Kayla, can you unmute yourself? We still can't hear you, unfortunately. Yeah, it looks like you're on mute. There you go.
Oh, there we go. There we
Wonderful.
go. Sorry about that. I'm not very tech savvy.
That's okay. Did you hear the 5 minutes that I've allocated for each speaker?
Yep.
And that, yep.
Yep, no, I've heard all that.
Great. We'll start the clock now, and you more than welcome. You have 5 minutes. Thank you for your submission.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so I've been a vet nurse for 3.5 years. We use Linklater has always been a place of safety for dogs. I've even had problems with people that can't control their dogs there. Unfortunately, we're always going to have idiots. I have spoken to them and made it clear that, you know, it is supposed to be a safe zone for people with their dogs to let them off leash. It is the only place that is safe in Palmy to let their dogs off leash. I stand in the front of the park being on lead. Because you guys have got the barbecue area and the playground. I totally respect that. Even I have trouble reining my dogs in if someone's having a cooker. You know, the smell of sausages sort of draws them in. But I think going past where the planting out is, I think is a little bit too far, especially since you want to go right up to where the plane is. You've got that whole dog agility park in there, you know, before the plane. Would it not make more sense to move the plane maybe where you've got the other playground, rather than just having all that area where you've already set up the dog agility as, you know, as an on-lead area? I also know as a vet nurse and as someone who trains dogs, and I know quite a few trainers who use Linklater, and that back area is a place for training. It is a safe place for training. They're all very respectful of distance and things like that. And when you want to block it off is one of the areas where they meet for training, so on and so forth. Extend it as far as your planning. I totally get and agree with having on leash right in that first section. But see, like my dogs run through the mine go in there. I've seen people with their dogs and they're trying to chase rats. They have fun in there. And I think if you guys could even open up another dog park somewhere else, if this is going to be an ongoing issue, or have another area where it's safer and have it regulated as just a dog park. I think that would go a long way, but I know a lot of people that use it, and I know a lot of, and I'm not really like where you want to fence off as an area where I train my dogs, and I know a lot of people do.
I think our links.
So that's all I really wanted to say.
Okay, fantastic. I'll open it up if there are any questions, Kayla.
Yeah, go for goals.
Any questions, members? There are no questions. So thank you very much for making yourself available to speak to your submission this afternoon, Kayla.
Sorry I couldn't come in myself. I just finished work.
But that's fine. Thank you again.
Thank you so much. Have a good night, guys.
Thank you. Ngā mihi. So that, members, we've already voted to take the hearings. There's no more recommendations in that case. So that actually concludes our business. Can I thank everybody for their patience on the order of paper, or order of business that we had to get through today, and your way you conducted yourselves. I really value that. And acknowledge this is the last meeting, as the Mayor did, of this committee, and thank you. I'll acknowledge Deputy Chair Councillor Naylor, Natalia, who's our administrator, and alongside Sarah, and Cam, who's our GM that's supported this committee's work, let alone the officers that report to it. So full of acknowledgements, and to you as committee members and others, colleagues that have fully participated in this committee during this term. So most grateful. Would you be able to close? Can I call on Councillor Zebabellin? Zebabellin. Mate, I'm getting my hand slapped. But could I call on you to close us appropriately with karakia?
Thank you, I'm happy to. Me inoi tātou. Kia puta ki te whāo, ki te ao marama, tūturu whakamaua kia tīna. Haumie, huie, tā eki e. Kia ora.
Yep, thank you. That closes business.